Hello, what's up guys, I'm Kyle from KGR, and this is the Jakks Pacific 4-inch Classic Amy. Now, I got this I don't know how long ago, so I have no idea who I got it from, but what I do know is I did not find it in the wild, and I need another one of these because my niece is definitely going to want one of these. And of course, we're also going to compare it to these figures over here. If you've seen the videos, you know what goes on here. Now, this figure is a first run. I know they recently re-released it. You can find it pretty easy at like places like GameStop and maybe Target. So I'm probably going to keep hunting for this figure again just so I can get one for my niece. So looking at the box, we got, you know, the classic Sonic decor that you would always get with the 4-inch figures. And even other classic Sonic merchandise from what it looks like as well. So we got Amy right there with her Chaos Emerald. I already have, I feel like maybe 2 of these emeralds, or this might be my second one. I don't know. I already know I have this emerald, but I still need the, is it the Scion? Like the light blue one? I think that's the one I need left. And then on the back, we got the rest of the wave. We got Vector and Classic Metal Sonic, which I think for a while you could only find this as well as Classic Metal Sonic at places like Ross. So good luck to anybody who still needs a Classic Metal Sonic. But I have seen this wave float around at Target a couple of times, because I remember definitely seeing Vector quite a few times in the wild. But I've never seen a Classic Metal Sonic in the wild. But anyway, you get to see how her articulation works. She got hip movement, so that's kind of nice. We got 12 points. You got the yellow Chaos Emerald, and then her little bio saying, Amy has a strong sense of justice and will always follow her heart to protect the weak, no matter how small. That's adorable. Just the idea of that just means I need more little critters for Amy to hang out with, which I got a few of them, but I still need to find the rest of them from the little Walmart checkouts. I need to make room in the budget to like keep buying those, because I know I'm just gonna go absolute ham when I find them. But without further ado, let's open it up. Yeah, so far I have the Flicky and whatever the bunny's called. I can't remember what the bunny's called. But I have those, and I know you can get the penguin now, but I forget if there's any other creatures that you can get. Is there like a little walrus looking guy? I don't know. But taking a look at this, it looks like she is strapped in by her feet. So we gotta get some tools real quick. And you gotta love it when you get sticky tack on your tools and the hair on your sticky tack. I love having a cat. Anyway, let's pry that real quick. Okay, now that's out of the way, we got the Chaos Emerald, which, I don't know, trade bait? Maybe? I don't know. And we gotta start off with her feet, then her arms, and then eventually the hair. Which are so many like curves within her hair that like it makes it like not so easy to just pop it out, you know? So we're gonna put these over here. And here is Amy! Now getting a closer look, there are a few mispaints on her feet, which I could probably just wipe off real easy to be honest, but other than that, what is up with her arm? What is going on over there? I want to say her paint looks fine, but it definitely got some, you know, some molds on it. I could tell that, like, why this is probably in whatever Ross or whatever. But I could tell by the way the paint is put on and how the plastic is. This would be one of those figures as a kid that, like, I would bend the arms to, like, not be bent the right way. Like you know, right by her elbow to try to bend that, and then I would just see cracks throughout the lines. I know this because I definitely done this a few times on my Sonic figures in the past, so that was a nice, I don't know, a nice reminiscing moment. That was great nostalgia right there. Woo! But anyway, back to this. Yeah, she looks great. She's adorable. It's a classic Sonic character, and it's Amy. Of course, I think this is adorable. This is very cute. But again, this is part of the 4-inch classic Jakks line. It's a not-so-popular line, because they'd rather go with the 2.5-inch ones. Personally, I like the 4-inch ones because of how cute they are. However, I don't know, the 2.5-inch ones are probably going to still be my favorite because I love the variety they have. Especially when it comes to the holidays. They always have, like, specialty holiday versions of these characters. Like, I have all of them so far. I think there was, like, Valentine's, there was Christmas, and Easter, I think. I can't remember. But there are different versions of Amy, like, you know, in the 2.5-inch line. But I don't feel like digging those out because they're in storage right now because, you know, it's not the holidays. But she's adorable. She can move her head, she can move her hips, she can boogie oogie oogie. And then she got the universal shoulders, the ball jointed wrists and ankles, the knee bend, no elbow bend. And look at those little shoes. I love the little pastel colors. I love classic Amy color schemes so much. I think she's so adorable. But let me know in the comments, what was your first introduction to Amy as a character? Because I remember when I had Sonic CD on PC, but didn't have a PC powerful enough to actually play the game because, you know, the 90s. I went into the files, and you could, like, see, like, I don't know, high resolution at the time, like very highly detailed like illustrations of these characters with little bios and everything. And I think they called her Rosy the Rascal. I can't remember. But this interpretation, this is my first introduction, I'm fairly sure. And if it wasn't that, it was probably Sonic Adventure or Sonic Adventure 2 with those versions of Amy. Come to think of it, I'm pretty confident it's Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 for me. I don't know. But it's nice to see this version of Amy. And I feel like if we got a new release, like now, like with the current wave, it would have been nice to see her with her tarot cards, because now they're trying to bring that back into the lore. But instead, we got a Chaos Emerald, which I feel like is probably more important, but I already have a yellow one, so it's not my problem. The line work on the mouth, like to the cutout there, it's not perfect, but it's alright, I guess. But I love how you can see like the little like bow, like how like, you know, like it just ties to the back of her. So that said, that is going to hinder the articulation a little bit, but it is very flexible, so you can just do whatever you want with it, so that's fine. But I think it's really crazy how you see that little back spine back here, but like, you don't see that in modern Amy anymore. Did she cut it off? I don't know. Alright, I think we're done rambling about the figure for now. Let's compare it to a couple other versions of Amy first, and then we'll go into the other 4-inch figures we have. First up, we got the 2.5-inch Amy from Jakks Pacific. And the eyes on this one, like the pupils are so much bigger. And to me, it's very, very cute. I feel like the 4-inch one is technically more accurate. However, I can't help but to love the 2.5-inch ones. Those eyes are so stinking cute. I love them. But again, the 4-inch one looks great. I like it. It's stinking adorable. And again, I need another one because my niece has to get this. Like, I love her too much. She needs this. But for a while, I didn't have the classic 2.5-inch Amy because for the longest time, I had the Jazwares one right here. And you can definitely tell it goes for different details. Like, for example, her arms are just out, so you can't really pose her any way that's special. And then you have, like, the outline around her pupils, so they know, like, where to paint it, I guess. But there's no leg movement. It is literally there to essentially just be a statue. She's literally just meant to just be there. Which I find it crazy that Jazwares actually made a classic Amy, because they didn't do a classic Knuckles, unfortunately. And during this time when they released it, oh goodness gracious! Anyway, when this released originally, she didn't make an appearance in Sonic Generations, and Sonic Generations was the new game at the time, and like the main reason why Jazwares started making this classic Sonic figure line. So seeing a little classic Amy is kind of weird, and also, you know, no paint around the mouth, so interesting. But whatever. For the longest time, I was happy with this, and then I got a... Can I help you? But anyway, I was fairly happy with the Jazwares one for a long time because it's Jazwares. I'm a fanboy of that because nostalgia. But then I got a Jakks Pacific one and I'm like, yo, this is so much better. like, in so many ways, it's so much better. So I eventually reorganized my collection to like have the Jakks Pacific ones together and then the Jazwares ones together and all that jazz. So now I have a lot of Sonic figures. But now let's get back to the Jakks Pacific figures by comparing it to the modern Amy. The classic Amy is definitely significantly shorter, which I feel like the modern one needs to be shorter as well anyway, but that's besides the point. But other than that, they both look phenomenal. I love both of these figures. And I'm waiting for the day that they make a brand new Amy that looks so much better than what we have now, because I think this looks fine. But, like, I could tell they could definitely make one that looks so much better. But it's crazy to see how much of a dramatic change they did for Amy when it came to going from classic to modern. Could you imagine if the Sonic characters got a complete redesign again? I'm pretty confident the Sonic fan base would absolutely be okay with that, right? Right? But of course we gotta compare her to her love interest, because during this time, during the classic era, she was obsessed. Nowadays, not so much. They try to grow Amy more as a character and try to make her more independent and not be so love-driven. But during the time you play Sonic CD, she is chasing him until she is kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Hearts are flying all over the place. But here they are next to each other. Sonic and Amy sitting in a tree. RUNNING. Because they sure aren't kissing. Now, they absolutely look adorable together. Like, I love these classic 4-inch figures. I think they look so good. I keep telling myself I prefer the 2.5-inch ones. But honestly, no, I'm lying, man. I love the 4-inch line. I think it looks adorable. It doesn't look good next to the modern 4-inch ones, but I love these ones so much. But since we're here, since they're both from Sonic CD, we gotta compare her to the classic Metal Sonic. Especially since the fact they're both in the same wave, I feel it's only appropriate. I mean, they all scale well together. At least the classic line, I guess, is good at that, I think. I think they hope. They should scale well together, right? I have no idea. I don't compare pixels that hard, my guy. Well, that's another one for the shelf. If you watched my last video where I compared, or unboxed, I should say, the classic Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, I said I have no idea where I'm putting these. I found a spot. And once the collection's complete, I'll do a picture of where I put them. Because they're actually not in the game room. Like, they're actually going to be in the dining room. As soon as you walk in, this is the first thing you're going to see. And that's all I really got to say. The next Sonic unboxing I'm going to do is probably going to be the forgotten characters. Like the, what is it? Is it Ray, Mighty, and Fang? Yeah, I'm bringing those. I'm going to do those all in one unboxing because that'll be fun. And if you like classic Sonic characters, you will absolutely love Figgies. They're doing a line of both classic and modern, but classic is available right now, and they will eventually do an Amy. But they're little magnetic little figures where they have these little two magnet spots right here, and you get a little backdrop card, whether it be the whatever background you want that's a little like based on the levels, or if you want it to be just a plain background, there you go. Or if you want to put this on, I don't know, your fridge or the side of your PC, whatever, you can do that. And I say all this because if you go to the link down below and you use KGR5 on your order on Figgy's website, you can save 5% on your order of $50 or more. And if you buy a whole wave of them, that'll get you that discount already. So you're good to go. I gotta get much better at, like, showing off those things in the middle of the video. Oh no, this is my first time actually getting, you know, like a whole like affiliate coupon code thing. I'm not very good at this. I'm not a professional. But to be on the transparent side with you, I was stuck on where I wanted to do for my unboxing for today. Because I was stuck between the classic Amy over here and this Transformers Sonic set that I got from Target. I pre-ordered this months ago. Forgot about it. And I got it at a discounted rate at like probably like $40 or something like that. And this is so cool. I can't really afford it, but it's really cool. But it's also so cool that like I kind of don't want to open it. But I feel like an unboxing video would do well for this thing. But I'm not good at Transformers because the back of this says how it does like 32 steps and 27 steps. I don't think I could do that. I didn't really own Transformers as a kid. I had one when Shrek 2 was still brand new in theaters. And it was a Subaru named Smokescreen. I got that for my birthday. It was a kid's birthday party. Like, I don't know, the kid's parents, I should say, thought, Kyle might like Transformers. Why not? Here's a Subaru. But yeah, this is so wicked. Like this little thing right here, and I don't know. Like, I don't want to open this, but the Sonic YouTuber unboxing guy, like that part of me says I should. So boys, I don't know what to do, and because it's summer, it's getting hot in here. I'm getting a little sweaty, so I should probably get out of here. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description there's going to be my link tree, so if you want to follow me on any other social media, that'd be pretty awesome. But yeah, man, I don't know what to do with this. This is cool. I like this a lot. I don't want to open it. But I'd rather unbox more of the Jakks Pacific ones personally, but like this is too cool. Like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't know. There's got to be some type of toy equivalent that's funny. between a toy and a shelf piece. I don't know. I'm not funny. Why you guys watch me is beyond me. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace, and goodbye. I gotta come up with a new way to end these videos because peace is so cheesy. But whatever. Bye!